Right, we should be live again for the second half, and Diogo Dalot is on, amongst other players. Right, hopefully you guys can see this on Twitch now. Please let me know if you can see it on Twitch, guys. If you're actually on Twitch at the moment, if you're watching on there, and on YouTube as well. Please let me know if you can see the stream at the moment. Should be live for the second half. We have got at the moment Telen Mengi playing the ball back. Right, we are connected to both YouTube and Twitch, which is a good sign. We're back. Right, good stuff. Connected to both. Right, so Dalot is on for half time. On at half time for Williams. That, I believe, is the only change for United so far. Andreas Pereira grabbing the ball from a free kick. Never a good sign. Well, actually, sometimes a good sign. In pre-season, it's probably a good sign. But not when he goes low, because Andreas Pereira cannot go low. Right. Where is Mr. Pereira? Shout out to Gabe Itches, yes. FM after the United game today, potentially, yeah, can do for a little bit, yeah. Why not? Why not? Let's do it. Shout out to Gabe. Yep, hello, cheers for joining the stream, and there's your shout out, I suppose. I never know what to do on a shout out, right? Because you're supposed to, someone asks you for a shout out. What are you supposed to say? You sort of say hello, but then what is the shout out? Do you have to say it's a shout out, or what? It always confuses me, but yeah. There's your shout out, lad. Mata in with a corner from the left. I have no idea who the Brentford players are at this point. Probably get to know who they are during the season, but I don't really know many of them at the moment. All I know is they bought a few Danish players for some slightly dodgy accounting deals, apparently, which is not ideal. This is where you need Matic to step up and do something useful. But no, just passes it to Mengi instead. Back 5 yards. Yeah. I was thinking something was going on. That's why I didn't particularly want to give it a full name read. I didn't know exactly what it was, to be fair, until you said and I read it again, then realised, yeah, I know exactly what's going on with that name. Fair enough. Would have got me if I read it out, in fairness. That's why you got to be careful. Don't want to get baited like all those AFTV lot. Apparently, Alex Telles is at the United game on crutches at the moment. Dalot's currently playing left back, obviously on for Brandon Williams. I think last game, Ethan Galbraith came on and played at right back, so we might be seeing the same thing here today, because I can't imagine Wan-Bissaka's going to get the whole game here. Can't see that. Opinions on Varane, what a player. What a player he is. Pereira, good ball to Dalot. Lovely touch to Mata. Out to Jay Lings. Oh my god. Andreas Pereira may well have just scored one of the best goals I've ever seen at Old Trafford. What? How has that happened? How has that happened? He just hit the most ridiculous volley. Like, he's facing a stupid angle away from goal, taking a ridiculous volley on that just should never have come off, and it's just dipped in perfectly off the crossbar. What? That's ridiculous. That's a FIFA goal. Literally postage stamp off the post and the crossbar. That is unbelievable. How has that happened? I hope Lazio are watching. I really hope they are. That was insane from Pereira. That should get us at least 10 million. Whew. I mean, the thing is, he's not helping himself. Pre-season Perlo, every single time. Every pre-season he comes out and turns up. To be fair, last game he was awful against QPR, but he's made up for it today. He's on smoke. What is he doing? How is he playing this well? Like, it was genuinely really good first half as well. And then he goes and pulls that out of nowhere. Just what? Wan-Bissaka saw Greenwood making a great run through the centre, so much space to get the ball into, and decides instead, you know what, I'm not going to play that ball into space, in behind the defence for our striker. I am just going to play it, I'm going to take a touch, play it backwards, and wait. Trippier would never. Trippier plays that ball, and we probably score. That should get us 10 million, not wrong. It was an absolute screamer. Pereira is still really bad. Pereira, he may be bad, but when he scores goals like that, the thing is, that reminded me the way it was building up as well. You know that goal he scored against Southampton, where again Diogo Dalot was involved in the build up as well, but it was the sort of one-touch build up in the start with between sort of Mata and Dalot down the left, and then Pereira comes and finishes it. It's like that Southampton goal a little bit, but that is one of the best goals I've seen. Ridiculous volley. That was actually insane. So good. Fergie would have been impressed with that. I can't believe he's done that. Yeah, Pereira's value up 20 million. Hopefully. Hi, Kataki. I've no idea how to say it, but hi. How are you? And hi, Tom Roberts. How are you doing? Nice to see you guys on the stream for the first time. Welcome. You're new. Hopefully, if you're also watching the game, you have also enjoyed that absolutely ridiculous goal from Pereira. That was insane. He's playing an unbelievable game today. Hopefully Lazio are watching this and decide to buy him for moments of magic like that. There he is again. Every time he's on the ball now, I'm expecting something from him. Hi, Toblerone, how are you? I'm expecting something every time he gets the ball. He's dropped to the right of the sort of defence here. Picked up the ball off Mengi and passed it back again. He's passed it back twice in a row now, but I'm still hopeful. He might still do a madness. Matic, great ball to Jesse. Kai King, I'm assuming that looks like Dutch, but I've no idea what that means. I don't speak Dutch, unfortunately. Ollie out at Christmas. Why do you want Ollie out? Done so much for the club. What is Wan-Bissaka? We actually need a right back that can play football, man. I'm actually getting a bit tired of Wan-Bissaka on that side. Brentford have got it wide right now, into the penalty area. I thought he was going for another screamer. Cross in from the left from Brentford. Good header clear by Dalot. Good defending. You know what? It looks like we've actually got one fullback that can defend at the far post, which is a nice change, isn't it? Ben says, can I see his messages? I can see that he's just said bloody Pereira again. At 9:11:22. That's the most recent one I can see, Ben. Thoughts on Sancho? I'm gassed to have him. Brilliant player, so good. And also at the start of the season as well, he might nail down the left wing spot with Greenwood on the right, because Rashford's out injured for probably the first couple months of the season, so it might be Sancho on the left. But he's flexible; he can play anywhere, but anywhere behind in that three behind the striker. So it'll be fantastic. He's such a good player. Brentford got a bit of a spell of possession now. United just sitting deep in our defensive shape. Not a bad thing in pre-season. Test our defensive shape out, get the spacings right, get all that stuff sort of sorted out before the season starts. Don't mind that. Unless, of course, we get broken through and concede, which is not so good. You know what? What day do I think Varane will get confirmed? It's already been confirmed by the club. If you mean after the medical, the biggest hold up with that is the quarantine stuff, because he's obviously, I think he's been in France, so he's got a quarantine for a few days at least. What was your thought, Ben? I've got to be honest, from what I've seen of Diogo Dalot so far in this second half, it looks like he can actually defend. I think that's a bit of a spoiler possibly there from Ben. If you don't want to see a spoiler and you're on Twitch, don't look at the chat right now. I've no idea, but it might be a spoiler. Neves United, no. I don't think he's good enough. I think he's just he's a bit of an upgrade on Fred, but I think we could get someone even better than Neves, to be honest. I don't really see where he'd play. In a 4-3-3, he'd probably play as one of the more attacking two. Right, Mason Greenwood on the ball here. Plays that out wide to Dalot. Decent ball in on his left. And out for a corner. Do you think Martial's fallen out of favour? Possibly. I feel like with Martial, what I think is going to happen is if Harry Kane leaves Spurs to go to City or elsewhere this summer, maybe United, maybe Chelsea, then I think Martial will be the replacement at Spurs. Goretzka to United would be fantastic, but I feel like he wants to stay at Bayern. Can't see him wanting to leave, to be honest, which is a bit of a shame. Martial's still injured, yeah, he is indeed still injured. Obviously, to be fair, we're approaching 60 minutes, so Donny van de Beek, hopefully he'll be on soon. Cannot wait to see him. And what will also be interesting is what position he plays. Does he come on for Mata in the number 10 role, or does he go into a deeper role? I suspect he'll probably go for Mata, and we'll have Garner and Levitt in the deeper positions, but we'll see. But I think also another thing to look out for is Lingard alongside Van der Beek is good as well, because Lingard's a bit more creative, which is what Van der Beek needs around him. Greenwood's just skinned about 3 players. Sadly, wasn't able to do the last one and get the shot away, but nearly. Top 4 end of the season. City first, United second, Liverpool third, Chelsea fourth, I think. Martial's on 50k more than Kane wage-wise. Jesus. Yeah, but that's just because Spurs are being so stingy. Kane should be on way more than that. That's probably part of the reason he's wanting to leave, because he knows he can get paid far more at a good club. Great ball across from Greenwood. The keeper's come for it and not got anywhere near it. Dalot's here been given so much space. You've got to pick a pass there, and he has to Matic, who's taken a really heavy touch, unfortunately. Mata needs to play more his quality. Yeah, again with Juan Mata though, it's just one of those. It's one of those things like you know that Mata's legs aren't what they were 5-6 years ago. If you play runners around him, people that have got great legs, run around a lot, and a high energy, he's a great player. If you play people that are more static alongside him, he's going to struggle. He needs runners around him, basically. Would you loan out Lingard again or keep him? I would sell Lingard at this point. I think he's the only thing I can see being useful is that obviously at the start of the season, because he's had a full pre-season with us, he could be helpful because a lot of our other players haven't. But I'd probably sell him, take the money, and hopefully try and get Declan Rice or another defensive mid. Or even, if we're selling him to West Ham, then possibly Soufal at right back. Better option than Wan-Bissaka, quite possibly. Do you think Sancho will feature versus Everton? I hope so. I don't know when he's back from holiday, but hopefully. Where's Donny? Hopefully Donny will be on soon. Hi, Alfie. How are you? Donny, come on. Ball's gone out of play. Surely it's Donny time. It's got to be. We are seeing... Oh, right now it is Dan James, Facundo Pellistri, and James Garner coming on. Right, my hope here with James Garner coming on is... we go to a 4-3-3. Not a 4-2. No, they're taking off the goat. Andreas is coming off. No. After that insane goal. Ole was doing this. Fully standing up, giving him all of this earlier. After that goal. I'm not surprised. Insane strike. Pereira's grinning as he comes off for Jimmy Garner. Fred over Prime Busquets. It's true. I mean... all I'm saying is, have you ever seen Prime Busquets in the final of the Copa America? I haven't. See, this is interesting now because I think so far in the pre-season games, the lads that have started have only had 45 minutes. You can tell now, obviously, things are starting to ramp up. They have to because we're getting towards our first game, but players are getting... basically everyone's getting 60 minutes. The only exception is Williams, who was injured, only playing 45. What's that kit? This is, I think this is United's trading kit from last season. I really like the shirt, so I got it. Dan James needs to be sold ASAP. No, I disagree. I think James has plenty to offer us. I think he's a decent enough winger. He's really useful in certain games, especially. I'd definitely keep him. Cheers for the follows, guys. They took him off so he doesn't score an own goal and deplete his value. Yeah, fair enough. And that is one reason to take off Pereira. The MBTV need to zoom out a bit, but from the looks of things now, it's still very much a 4-2-3-1. Double pivot of Garner and Matic. And three behind the striker of Lingard in the 10 role. Pellistri on the right, Dan James on the left, and Mason Greenwood up top. Hopefully Mason Greenwood now will stay up top for the rest of the game and actually do some things. Joel Tin, I'm assuming you mean Joel Linton, over Messi since Messi hasn't scored in the Premier League. It's true. It is true. Also, I mean, I was about to say Messi's not been called up for Brazil, but I doubt Joel Linton has either, to be fair. Joel Linton's probably got more physical on FIFA as well, so definitely a better player. Why haven't we seen Henderson? A good question. I think Henderson might be injured still, because obviously that ruled him out of the Euros. You're right, Toblerone, how's it going? What is Wan-Bissaka doing? Losing the ball, predictable. No surprises there. Get us a right back that can play football, man, please. Oh no. I'm not liking that from Ben. I am indeed watching the United game. Yes, it is currently 2-1 United versus Brentford. Ben, please don't spoil it if they're in the chat if something's happened. I feel like it might have done. If we were going to see it, it could have been there. Here's Lingard. Oh no. Lingard appears to be injured. Clutching the back of his hamstring. That's not good. Not the back of his hamstring, sorry, the back of his ankle. In a bit of pain. Oh, okay, yeah, it was the Lingard injury. That's not too bad, yeah. I think he'll be okay. It doesn't look too bad, that. Can't wait for the Premier League to start. Am I going to the Leeds game on the 14th? I am indeed going to the Leeds game. Absolutely, yes. Stratford End lower tier, right behind the goal. I will be there. Cannot wait. So excited. Hopefully we'll see Varane and Sancho make their debuts. Lingard's alright, it's fine. Limping a bit, but I think he's okay. Would love to, Ben, if I could. I have no idea who Patrick Hoban is, but yeah, Messi hasn't scored in the Irish League. It is true. Yeah, hopefully we can come back from Derby's game. 3-1. 3-1 United. What, has that happened, or is that your prediction, or what? Actually, if it's happened, don't tell me, obviously. Ben White better than Varane, apparently. Yeah, well, I mean, Arsenal fans piping up quite a lot these days. Sancho said see you on the 14th, so assuming he's going to feature. Yeah, he should feature. He should be back from holiday by then. Hopefully he's back before the Everton game, because I assume most of the players that are going to play against Leeds are going to play against Everton before. So hopefully Varane will be there. Sancho too. Maybe Pogba. Bruno's back in training, so he'll feature as well. Actually, Bruno should play at the weekend against Preston as well, I think. Oh no. Okay, good. I think Ivan Toney took a bad touch, but he was nearly in from a quick free kick, which was another set piece which has not been switched on for. I know it's pre-season, but standards, come on. Why has Ollie got to go? Why are you lot Ollie out? James Garner with his crisp passing. Unfortunately, Wan-Bissaka could not control it. Is Sancho training? I believe he's still on holiday, I think. I'm from England, mate. Ollie out, you can't believe you're not starting even on pre-season games. Troy Parrott over Ronaldo. Ronaldo hasn't scored for Ireland, but Troy Parrott has. Also a new good midfielder. Yes, I agree. Do you think Martial will be ready for the start of the season? I really hope so. I do think if Martial's not ready for the start of the season, then he's done. I think people have lost patience with him anyway. If he's not ready, especially at the start of the season when Cavani's been away at the Copa America, I suppose Greenwood's still here, but we know Rashford's injured. Martial needs to be there to capitalise if he wants to stay a United player. I just think so. I hate Wan-Bissaka, don't I? No, I don't hate Wan-Bissaka. I'm just beginning to get a bit tired of how useless he is on the ball, and defensively as well at times, to be honest. Hopefully he can improve. To be fair, there's still hope for him because Kyle Walker. Kyle Walker took until he was what? It took until like a year and a half, 2 years ago, to learn to defend the far post from crosses. And that's a long time of being a Premier League right back before we learn to do that. So maybe there's hope for Wan-Bissaka still. Never know. Can't believe Donny's not on neither. I think he will get some game time. I don't see the point of putting him on the bench if you're not going to bring him on at all. He'll probably start at the weekend though, I hope. Yeah, we do need a new midfielder, I agree. I was hoping that man could be James Garner, but it doesn't look like we're giving him that opportunity, unfortunately. Brentford are getting relegated, and United will get third or fourth. I think United will come second. When I go to the game on the 14th, have a word with Ole about Donny van de Beek. If I get the chance, I will, but very unlikely. Everyone's saying it's 3-1. What about Varane? Gassed about Varane. I think he'll play against Preston on the weekend, and then obviously again against Everton, and then again against Leeds on the 14th. Here's Lingard carrying the ball through the centre circle at this point. Out wide to Mason. Finds Palistri. Wide right, who's dribbled past his man, gets a good ball in, and out for corner. Andreas' goal was unreal. McTominay, yeah, there was some sign of McTominay earlier, actually. He was sitting in the stands, I think. He's not in the squad, he's injured still, but he is there. I think Alex Tellers is also at Old Trafford, but he is on crutches. You're a United fan, but you say we finished below Liverpool, City or Chelsea. I think we'll finish below City. Maybe Liverpool. I think Chelsea will come fourth next season, to be honest. Hi Footy Clips, how are you? The channel's it on, it's on MUTV, but you can probably find a stream, which is what I've done. 50 yards out, yeah, fair enough, Kai. Mata and Williams sitting in the stands. Van Dijk won't be the same. I think Van Dijk will be the same, but also you've got to remember this time he's not being partnered by some, Joel Matip. He's been partnered by Konate, who's actually a good player. Hopefully, well, I say hopefully. I don't want players to get injured, but at the same time, I feel like Konate's so injury prone, it's probably going to happen. But it'd be interesting if Van Dijk picked up another injury. That would be very interesting. I hope it doesn't happen because he's a good player, but it would derail Liverpool massively. Did I hear what Charlie Austin said about Wan-Bissaka, that he can't defend? Absolute delusion. He's not. I don't think he's deluded at all. I think Wan-Bissaka has a lot of problems defensively. His positioning's terrible. He can't defend on the far post from crosses. He gets dragged into the wrong area all the time. There's a lot of things Wan-Bissaka struggles with defensively and on the ball. Tony might be a fraud. Maybe. Is United top 4 next season? Definitely yes. 100%. We're winning the Premier League on our first game. I don't think we're winning the Premier League this season. I think that's too optimistic. Next season, yeah. This season, nah. Not for me. I think City will just be too good again. Good press here from Pellistri. Forced it back to the QPR keeper, and we've won that back. Why have you shot from there? Oh, that's so stupid. Yeah, we pressed really well there, man. Really good press. It's just Lingard shouldn't be shooting from there. If that was Lingard, I'm pretty sure it was Lingard. Yeah, must have been. Don't shoot from there. Just roll it to Greenwood or give it to Dan James. Open goal. We have to come at least second. Yeah, I agree. I think United will come second. I think City will win. I think a lot of people are backing Liverpool to be a lot better, but for me, the reason they won't is because I think they're going to have to change the team a lot. We've seen from the last few seasons, they've relied on their fullbacks to create a lot of their chances for them, which is fine. And then they have a really functional midfield, which works really hard, but fills in those gaps behind the fullbacks, right? Next season, they haven't got that functional midfield. Henderson might be off. FFCA trying to throw him out of the club by the looks of things. Wijnaldum's gone already to PSG. The functional midfield is gone. They've got Fabinho still, but the other hard workers in midfield are gone. They've got more creative players in that midfield, so the balance is going to be so different. The fullbacks, Trent and Robertson, are going to have to learn to actually defend. The midfield are going to have to cover them when those guys go forward. It could be that they turn out as a super team. May well happen, but I think they'll take time to adjust, and I think it will take them time at the start of the season to get anywhere near what they should be. Bad tackle on Pellistri there, can't lie. Free Donny, yep, agree strongly. Will I be Ollie out if we don't win a trophy? No. Well, actually, not necessarily. Depends, basically. I think if we push City all the way in the league, then I wouldn't be Ollie out. If we push City all the way in the league, get to Champions League semi-finals, and get a good run in both cups, you can't be Ollie out. We may not have won a trophy that season, but it's good progress. I think we probably will win a trophy. I think Ollie will realise he's running out of time to win one. But more important is League and Champions League, really. I think we've got a chance out of the Champions League, by the way. You agree his positioning is bad, but one-on-one tackling is one of the best in the world. Yeah, he's very good one-on-one, but again, a simple 1-2 beats Wan-Bissaka most times. Yeah, I agree. I don't think Liverpool will do well. Salah and Mane have passed it a bit too. No, I don't think they've passed it or been figured out. I just think this season as well, because you know how when their fullbacks are creating chances from wide and deep positions, that allows Salah and Mane to get tighter, get narrower, which gets them in more goal-scoring positions. If the fullbacks can't get forward quite as much because they're getting more creativity from midfield, then Salah and Mane will have to play a bit wider, so they may be a bit less effective. Great ball from Lingard to Greenwood. Oh, just too long for Greenwood. That was really good. Donny is a team viewer. Yeah, it's true, unfortunately. City fan wants to win the UCL, not bothered about the Prem, fair enough. It's the one thing you've not won yet, really. How do you think Mourinho will do in Roma? I would really hope that he's learned some lessons from his time at his previous clubs, because it just doesn't seem like he has, though. He's still treating players, it seems like, as if they were players 10 years ago, which is so poor, to be honest. And it's not getting the best out of these modern players. Hi, lads. Nice to see you guys. Right, guys. How's it going? Nice to see you guys on Twitch. Hype. Night Scam is back. Love to see that. How are you doing? Raid. Cheers for the raid, guys. Thank you so much for the raid. From Baxter. Love that. Cheers. Liverpool are ageing, yeah. Look, Liverpool are in big trouble next season. Well, not in big trouble. Their back four is good. Back four is good. But I just think they've got to adjust so much of that team to adapt to the new style. Baxter is afraid he's a Liverpool fan. Unfortunate, but right, Baxter, how do you think you guys are going to do next season? How do you back yourselves to do? Yeah, what a goal from Pereira. Absolutely insane. Unbelievable finish. I don't know how he's done it, but it was insane. Chelsea have a better chance of winning the Champions League again than City? Possibly. I don't think... Oh, yes, Donny's coming on. Donny's coming on, Shola's coming on, and Hannibal's coming on. That is fantastic. You're going to do all right, but you think United could win the league? I don't think so. I don't think United will win the league. I'm not saying that. I think it will take time for our players to adapt. Maybe, look, if Varane and Sancho hit the ground running, we might be okay. But especially with the midfielder, I think they will take time to adapt if they come in. You can't watch the game just checking United when they post the goal. Yeah, fair enough. But it was an absolutely unreal goal. Yeah. How do you think Liverpool will play next season? Do you think you'll go for the same sort of style as last couple of seasons? Or will you change things up a bit? Because obviously you've lost your midfield now. You lost your workhorses, Wijnaldum, and possibly Henderson as well if FSG try and force him out. So do you think you'll play the same way, or do you think you'll play a little bit differently? Donny's not captain, surely. My top four next season will be City first, United second, Chelsea third, Liverpool fourth, I'd say. United are playing now. Yes, we're playing Brentford in a pre-season friendly. I've been impressed with Dalot today, I'll be honest. Donny's playing a little bit deeper, it looks like. Hannibal's playing in the number 10 role. So the pivot now is Donny van de Beek and James Garner, which is good because that means hopefully it's a bit more of an attacking midfield. He is captain because he's the most experienced player left. I mean, to be fair, Axel's captained the side before, so it could have been him, but yeah, he is the most experienced player, I suppose. Matic gave him the armband, fair enough. You reckon United third, Chelsea fourth? Liverpool just press high? Yeah, but the thing is, if they're going to just press high, they've not got the team to really do that anymore, have they? Like, Thiago is not really the type of lad to be... I mean, he can do it, but he's not as much of a workhorse as Henderson and Wijnaldum are. So I'm not sure how they can do it as effectively as before. So, Night Scam saying City, Liverpool, United, Chelsea. Fair enough. City won their pre-season game. Who was it against? But they played really badly. Oh, Garner's got beaten there. You can't be letting them come through there. That's unfortunate. That's well in from Mengi there. And Palestri's lost the ball, unfortunately. See, we're biting in. We're going for presses. We're being really aggressive, but we're getting beaten, which is not what you want to do. Can't be doing that. Wait, City play Preston, or then we play Preston on the weekend? Liverpool play a counter-press game. Yeah, I know they play a counter-press game, but next season with the players they've lost, they might struggle. Oh, Brentford have scored. Not the best defending in the world from Dalot there, I can't lie. He showed him inside and struggled a little bit. Cheers. Yeah, it's a decent green screen. It's a bit of green material. 2-2, Ole out. Pre-season, the result doesn't matter, but Dalot's just slightly misjudged that. I think Axel Tuanzebe should be doing more there, to be honest. You reckon United will take Carabao Cup or FA Cup? I think we'll go big in all four competitions. That's the thing. Whilst a lot of people are saying we need a trophy, and one of those trophies is the way to do it, I do think Ole is the type of manager who wants to compete in all four competitions because United normally do that. And until it gets to a point where we can't do much in one competition. Oh, no worries, Baxter. Cheers, mate. Cheers again for the raid, and have a good evening yourself, mate. But yeah, until we can't win the competition, I think Ole won't give up on it. So I think we may struggle. He won't go all in for a cup competition at the expense of the league or the Champions League. Thing is, the youngsters at the moment are just running around like madmen up front. Here's Dan James, also running around like a headless chicken. It is 2-2 Night Scam. Yes, it is indeed. Unfortunately. Right, guys, if you're a United fan or a fan of anyone but City, in the TikTok comments, we've got a City fan here saying that they lost 4-2 against Preston or whoever they played in their pre-season friendly, and Ruben Diaz was apparently awful. Cancelo did nothing. Apparently, Mahrez just scored a free kick, but wasn't great. Was United's second goal good? Yeah, it was. I would say so. It was an absolute worldie from Pereira. Oh, you beat them 2-0, fair enough. Night Scam, who you mean? Do you mean Diogo Dalot isn't that good? You don't reckon? I was just saying as well, before that goal that we conceded just now, I was thinking Dalot's actually had quite a good game. I was quite impressed with him for up until the goal. Just misjudged one ball and unfortunately we were made to pay, but I was impressed with him up until the goal. Diaz got exposed in the Euros. He did a bit, but he's been exposed a few times. I think the first time was against Haaland in the Champions League. Haaland sat him on his arse. Diaz struggles against physical strikers. Lukaku did him. Haaland did him. And it'll be interesting to see other big strikers in the Premier League hopefully get up against him and cause him a problem. That'll be good. Oh, Diaz, yeah, fair enough. A few people don't rate Dalot. Which fair. You don't care about the goal Pereira scored. You don't want him near the subs. Bear in mind, pitch. Yeah, no, fair enough. I think Pereira's got to go, but hopefully that's who we're watching that goal. Brentford are now seemingly just defending for all that's worth. Diaz is lucky City play possession and they keep the ball 80% of the game. Yes, I agree. I do agree. I think he is, well, I wouldn't say he's lucky, but that system makes any defender look better because they've got much less work to do. And also, when you're playing in a possession system, most of your work you've got to do is going to be recovering clearances. So as long as you're fairly quick and fairly strong, you'll get there before most strikers because you've got a head start and you'll look fairly good. If you're good in the air as well, if the striker peels off onto you to try and win a ball in the air, if you win them, it's fine. If you think Matic is going as well, then fair enough. I think United will definitely keep him for another season, personally. Yeah, it's for Twitch. So if you hop onto the Twitch, you'll be able to see what the green screen's doing in terms of the background and stuff. Yeah, if Pereira's goal was in the Premier League, goal of the season, definitely. It'll be over already. Oh, you can have Twitch without a green screen. It will just look like this, like what's behind me, but with the actual walls rather than the green screen. The green screen allows you to put any other background you want, basically, on top of it, which is what I'm doing. So if you hop over onto the Twitch or YouTube stream, you'll be able to see that, see what the background's doing. United score currently is 2-2 with Brentford. Donny Scranderbeek. You don't want Matic to go, but you see him and Bailly going. I reckon Bailly will probably go, yeah. Wan-Bissaka going forward more, yeah, he does seem to be. It does seem now that Garner's sitting a little bit deeper, and the fullbacks are pushing on a little bit more. United are really struggling to keep the ball here, which isn't great, I'll be honest. It's not a good sign. I know we've not got masses of first-team players at the minute, but you'd really hope in a pre-season game that you can at least keep some amount of possession. Don't seem to be doing it yet. Twitch and YouTube, to be fair, mate, it'll be the same on both. Ndidi or Rice, you think Rice signing is more realistic, but you think Ndidi's a better player? I think Rice is better for us. I think Ndidi's firstly not good enough on the ball, so any team against us would just press us. Would just press Ndidi, and that would stop Pogba and Bruno getting the ball. So we'd be left with the same problem we've got at the moment with McFred in terms of not getting the ball to our better players further forward. So I don't think Ndidi's good enough, really. Also, I feel like with Ndidi, he gets into so many challenges that he's out of position so often. Yes, he wins most of them, but when you're relying on Pogba and Bruno to make up the rest of the work and do the sprints to cover, you need someone who's not going to be dragged out of position too much. Dallow's shown a reason why he may need to go. I'm not sure. I think Dallow's definitely better than Brandon Williams, to be honest. Trippier in, yeah, I agree on Trippier in. Are United going to start talking with Ren for Camavinga? Possibly, but I feel like Camavinga, I think everyone, the whole football world knows Camavinga wants to go to Spain. I think that's common knowledge at this point. That's not a great tackle from James Garner. He kind of had to go in for it, but kind of went studs up. That's a bad challenge. A very bad challenge. He's lucky that's not in the Premier League. That Facundo's had a bright pre-season. He has, and so has Elanga. Did I see the Garner goals for Forest? Yes, I did. He scores absolute worldies. Things I want to see Garner playing as a single pivot behind Pogba and Donny van der Beek. The Brentford player's still down there. I've got to be honest. I think in the Premier League, especially if that went to VAR, that's probably a red card. Wan-Bissaka's done some nice attacking work today, which is nice to see. He's the type of player that starts well and goes on to play well, or starts badly and ends badly. Yeah, I think, mentally, I think that's an allusion to the mental side of the game. The Brentford player doesn't look in a great way here, number 39, in the yellow shirt. But yeah, I think Wan-Bissaka's been okay, but I want to see so much more from him going forward and so much more from him when he's on the ball. In terms of passing, I think he could be so much more useful to us if he can actually move that ball forwards better. Because at the moment, he just clips the ball down the line so often when he could do a lot better. He could find a nice tight pass in field, but he just doesn't. Do you think Elanga will go out on loan? He's been the best player in pre-season. I agree he's been our best player in pre-season. But I think it's tough. If he keeps scoring every game in pre-season, he can't go out on loan. Like, we've got to keep him in the squad. He scored against Wolves in the Premier League. Scored a couple of times in pre-season. I think at the moment, I've been minded to keep him and get rid of Pellistri. Especially whilst Ahmad is at the Olympics. I think Elanga is probably still below Ahmad in the pecking order. So in that sense, maybe he will go out on loan because there's a lot of wingers ahead of him. Obviously, wingers-wise, we've got Rashford, Martial, Sancho, Dan James, Ahmad, probably, and then Elanga, sixth choice winger. So I think he may well go out on loan, but I think he still could be useful for the squad. It's been interesting today to see, though, that Elanga seems to have played up front quite a bit. Especially whilst Greenwood was on, Elanga's been the one in the up front in that number 9 role quite often. And Mason's gone out to the right when you'd expect Mason, given that we know he wants to become a 9, and Elanga, when we know is a more junior player, you'd expect Mason to be the one starting up or just holding that number 9 role most of the time, but doesn't seem to be for whatever reason. Mengi's to go out on loan, and something has to happen about Wan-Bissaka's positional sense. Yep, agreed. I think hopefully Mengi and Axel Tuanzebe both go out on loan, but this is why pre-season is so weird, because it's we've got a few first team players playing, but especially at centre back, we've got 2 players who realistically are probably not going to play a single game for United in the actual season at centre back, and it's quite an important area of the team. You think we should keep Elanga? Fair enough. Yeah, I agree on not judging players off pre-season. It is very inaccurate. Pre-season Perlo, Andreas Pereira, every pre-season turns up. Keep Elanga alone, Police Street, fair enough. James Garner's been getting sold short an awful lot on that midfield. Feel for the lad. Has Will Fish gone out on loan, and if so, where to? I don't think he has gone out on loan, so I think he was on the bench for today, possibly. Pereira scored a good goal, but still won't be effective during the season. Yeah, agree, Pereira needs to go. Hopefully it's increased his value, though. I've seen reports that apparently there was a big scouting presence at Old Trafford today, so hopefully someone's decided Pereira is worth signing. Unlikely, but possible. What do we think of Hannibal? Hannibal's top class. He'll be such a good player. He moves so well. A little moment of panic for me there because the stream was almost cutting out. At the moment, Brentford are stringing the ball about. United can't really, don't really seem to be able to get a hold of the ball, probably due to the young nature of the team and the fact that every time we do get it, we're trying to go forward straight away, running into a player and losing it, which is not fantastic. Right, there's 90 minutes up. Van der Beek on the ball, beating a couple of players. Great ball to put, or not quite through for Pellistri. Not quite through. Can't wait to get back to Old Trafford, going to the Newcastle game on the 11th of September. I will be there as well. It's going to be good fun, isn't it? Sell Jones, Pereira, Jay Lings, Dalot and Matic. I wouldn't sell Matic. I think that Matic's value at this point is basically nothing. You may as well keep him. And I think, yeah, his value to the United for this season is probably more than what we get from him from some other clubs, so you may as well keep him at that point. And Diogo Dalot as well, I feel we should keep him, especially whilst Tellez is injured, and until we haven't signed a right back, I don't think we should get rid of Dalot. So WP doesn't see many tactical changes compared to last season, aside from a slight tweak in pressing. Our possession fundamentals seem exactly the same, yep, and we definitely aren't using the rumoured 4-3-3, yep. Agree with all that, yeah. What would you say the slight tweak in pressing is? Are you thinking more of the one of the pivot players getting further forward a little bit more than we saw last season, potentially? Saw that with quite a lot with Andreas in the first half and a little bit with Donny now. Am I doing FM tonight? Potentially. I'm not sure for certain, but I might do it. Yeah, I could do an FM stream, I suppose, after this for a little bit. Maybe not for long, maybe like half an hour, 45. Should United get Haaland next season? If we can, yeah, why not? I think Cavani will leave, so Haaland's probably a pretty good replacement, as good a replacement as we're going to get. Right, full time 2-2. I'll be honest, not the best of games. I think United struggled to get on the ball for most of that game, especially towards the end when we were playing basically all the kids. It's going to be big when the first team are back. These preseason games are kind of pointless. The only thing that is good about these preseason games is that if these guys that are playing now get a bit fitter, what that does in training is it raises the level that everyone else has to be. So when the first team players come back, if this lot, even the first team players, they've been on holiday, so they won't be fully fit. But if this lot are fitness wise good, then it will force the others in training to be good fitness wise as well. So we'll see. Hopefully it works out. Hopefully it improves things. Yeah, all 4 goals were fantastic. Joe is correct. We seem to be pressing high pressing mainly when Brentford misplaced the ball. Yeah, but again, I feel like WP, I think that could quite possibly be an attempt mainly for... Oh, hang on. That's Van Nistelrooy there. MBTV are currently showing. Great goal from him. But yeah, I think we mainly seem to be pressing potentially just for fitness reasons, just to get some fitness into the legs. Maybe Ollie's just told them, go and press whenever you can. Maybe we've got more pressing triggers now, just to try and get more fitness, do more sprints in the game, get more work done, just to try and get more out of it as a preseason game. Rhino got deleted. I'm assuming this is this a raid? I can't really tell because I'm not actually on. Can't see that on this. But if it is, thank you so much for whoever's raided. What did I think of the game? To be fair, I thought all 4 goals were absolute screamers. Firstly, in terms of United, I don't think we were that good. We weren't that bad. Brentford were okay, but I think it's just there was nothing special to see really. We seem very similar to last season. Well, thanks so much for the raid, guys. It's fantastic to have you guys on. It's I love getting raided on Twitch. It's class. It is absolutely class. It's pre-season. Did anyone play from the first team? Yeah, Wan-Bissaka played because he's obviously not been at the Euros, not been at the Copa America. Axel Twanzebe, if you count him as a first team player. Tom Heaton played. Van der Beek got 20 minutes. He's only been back for a couple of days, so that's why he's not played too many minutes there. And then who else played? Mata started the game in the number 10 role. Jesse Lingard started on the left. Elanga and Greenwood played as well, and were both very good. So that was good. Oh, guys, be careful of caps because Nightbot is quite vicious these days, apparently, with banning people. Someone has come on my TikTok stream and said, "You'll never walk alone" in the comments. Nah, probably leave the stream, lad. Get out. Just get out. Do the players even take it seriously in pre-season? They are taking it seriously because they have to. These lads that are playing now, they know they're not going to get many games. They know that they're fighting for their places. They're going to have to take it seriously. I'm very good, Chain. How are you? Thank you for the raid. Jeroen. However you pronounce it. Jeroen. There was a goalkeeper from the Netherlands, I believe, called that a while back. Matic, no, not Matic in number 10 role, Mata in number 10 role. Matic was playing in the pivot behind him, don't worry. I might have missaid that. My bad if I did. Have a quick scroll up through some other comments on Twitch. There we go. Right, yeah, wish Hugo come on. Yeah, I think the main thing from this this preseason game today that we noticed was that I think rather than so far we've been changing the entire team out at half time. Basically, the only half time sub today was Brandon Williams, and that was only because he got a knock. Other than that, everyone else basically got at least 60 minutes. So it's starting to build them up minutes wise, which is better. Do I think we'll do good 21-22? I think we will do good this season. I think we'll come second in the Premier League. I think we'll win the league the following season. Next season we win it. 22-23, I think we win the league. This season, don't see it, unfortunately. Mainly because I think it will take time for the players to adapt. Varane and Sancho, they may well come in and hit the ground running and be great straight away. But I think, especially if we start changing out the midfield, that's the sort of player that's going to take a lot longer to adapt to our team. So I think it will take a while. That's why I hope we get a midfielder in now, so that by the time we get to that next season, we're able to challenge for the title. Right. Will we win the league in 22-23 under Ole? Yes, I believe so. I think it will be under Ole, and I think we will. I think we will win the league. So yes, I think we will. Yes. Right. I'm going to end the. When will Sancho be in training? I think he'll be in training hopefully next week sometime. Liverpool win the league next season? No. I've said this earlier, right? Liverpool are going to have to adapt big time. They've lost the whole team worked on having those fullbacks create their chances wide and deep, which meant that Salah and Mane can get narrower in the box and play as inside forward, get a lot of goals. That was their main priority. But covering their fullbacks when they were wide, deep, and a little bit higher up the pitch than you expect for fullbacks was the midfield. You had Henderson, you had Wijnaldum doing so much work in that midfield. They're not great passers of the ball, but they were doing a lot of work. They were working so hard. Then they've lost those two now. They're going to have Thiago in there. They're going to have Naby Keita or whoever else in there. They're losing that. They've got more creativity, but the balance is all shifted. It's going to be interesting to see how they play next season with that shifted balance. Because if you've got Trent and Robertson, they're going to suddenly be asked to defend a lot more, which they're not good at doing. You're going to see Salah and Mane probably having to play a little bit wider, so potentially getting into scoring positions a bit less, but you are going to see more creativity through the midfield. But again, flip side of that, less midfield cover for the fullbacks when they go forward. So it might take a bit of adapting for Liverpool, I think, next season. So I don't see them winning the league, no. Cheers, Jabis Jeroen. See you soon, mate. Love to see another United fan. Thanks again for the raid. I will drop you a follow in a minute as well. You have a great day as well. Thank you. We still have Hendo. Yeah, you do still have Hendo, but it does look like, from what I've seen, FSG seem to be trying to force Henderson out of the club, which is not great for a player that's given such great service to Liverpool, won the Premier League and the Champions League as your captain. That's embarrassing from the owners there, to be honest. You're on at the Devil's Advocate TV. Okay, perfect. I will visit that and drop you a follow now. I'm going to end the TikTok live stream. Cheers for watching, guys. I hope you've enjoyed it and hope you enjoyed the game as well. And see you guys very soon. Right, I'll just go and I've ended the live stream on TikTok, so I'm going to come on now on Twitch and drop you guys a follow. At the Devil's Advocate. Wait, which Devil's Advocate is it? Is it there's loads of Devil's Advocate ones. What's your badge? Are you on with 603 followers, with 2 followers, with 1 follower? With TV at the end. The Devil's Advocate TV. 603 followers. 604 now. cheers for the raid again, and nice to see you guys. And I think for now I'm going to end the stream on Twitch and YouTube as well. If you guys want to see an FM stream later on Twitch, do let me know. I may well do one. But for now, I'm going to have a drink and settle down for a bit, have a little bit of a rest. So see you guys again. Cheers for enjoying the stream and interacting with me. I've really enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys again very soon, probably for the weekend for the next watch along of the game against Preston.